Right, the scene here at Oakbank leading up to the big one, the Dandiham Great Eastern Steeplechase, time to be run in a little over 18 minutes from now. The sea of cars and people there, a few umbrellas naturally and raincoats with the slightly inclement weather. Kevin, I don't know whether you've got an estimate or how you compare the crowd. I thought it was excellent on Saturday. How does this look for a Monday crowd to you?
As good as most years, Bert. I would say it's not quite the record, probably well over 60, but it's got to be between 50 and 60, or at least 50,000. And as you said, the brollies are up, and I only hope they don't blow around when the course of the race is on. But have a look at the kids on the merry-go-round out in the centre. They're not worrying about the weather or the cold.
No, the jockeys in the Great Eastern will have plenty to keep them busy too. They won't be too worried about the cold. They'll be working pretty hard over the 3 rounds, and it'll be a toss-up for who'll be the tide of the horse or rider over the 4,950 metres.
Have you had a cold today at the races?
Pardon?
Have you had a cold today at the races?
No. Perhaps colder days, but not a draftier day maybe. This wind is very nippy, gets round the corners very quickly.
This reminds me of Melbourne in the winter.
Yes, well, it's coming off the surrounding hills, I suppose. It's bracing, I suppose you could say, but perhaps even a little bit better than that.
Piercing is the word I'd use.
Fair enough. In the big one, we've got 3 scratchings from the field of 15, leaving a field of 12. Midnight Glimmer, who unfortunately came to grief here on Saturday and had to be destroyed. Star Golio is out, number 7, and 14 Star Vixen is the other scratching from the event. And I think it's a good field, Kevin. I think it's essential in these days of jumping that here in South Australia we attract not only the Victorians but the New Zealanders if possible, and they've been able to do that, which is very good praise for the committee.
Well, I believe, Bert, that Kevin Myers was telling me on Saturday that the interest created in the press over there in New Zealand about his attempt to win the 100,000 received great publicity, and he said if I pull it off this year, well, he unfortunately hasn't, but he said he thinks more New Zealanders now will be tempted to come and have a shot at it.
Yeah.
You don't have many Melbourne Cup winners, clerks of the course, Bert, and here he is, the clerk of the course, helping a steeplechaser in for the famous steeplechase event.
Yes, gold and black there he is with his name resplendent in the gold on the black saddle cloth. Wonderful horse, a very quiet horse. The kids can pat him, and there he is, gold and black, the Melbourne Cup winner. And he's now Jim Martin's mount as clerk of the course. There's Lloyd Cromwell, the starter, handing out a few instructions as to what he wants the other attendants to do while they're trying to get Stop and Think in. They've got him by the ear, just trying to get him up into the starting gate. And they're winning the battle. And Stop and Think almost in the gates.
There'll be plenty of Tasmanians hoping that Stop and Think can win, Bert. He was bred in Tasmania and raced there early.
Yes, he's been to Victoria, where he won a 3,200 metre steeple at Flemington back on the 24th of March on his way here, and then ran 3rd at Sandown. So he's done a good preparation for it, and he has the form. Nearly all in the gates. There's one super tractor rider there standing, H.O. Sullivan, waiting for the horse to be taken up riderless. There's Cathcart moving in. He's safely locked away. There goes Sing for Supper goes in. And there's the rider of Super Track, H.O. Sullivan, going up to take his mount as the horse is led in. And here's Ray Fewings now with the start of the Dandiham Great Eastern Steeplechase.
First jump, up the hill only about 150 metres after the start. The starter has them, they're ready. South Australian Hope painted rough on the inside. The red light is on. They're set for the Great Eastern. Away they go, and it's a perfect jump. Bianco dropped out of it shortly after the start with Moravian. And Johnny Boy, one of the first out from Duke of Cumberland, painted rough, going fast. Mutual Boy and Super Track is out wide. Here's the first. They let go at it, and they're all over it safely. Where the leader is Mutual Boy from Super Track on the outside of Duke of Cumberland. As they stride up to the second jump, then came Painted Rough down on the inside. Stop and Think over the second one. Then Moravian further back on the field. Then is Cathcart out very wide on the track there. Sing for Supper, and they're followed by Johnny Boy. Further back, Battle So Big. Headford Town has dropped right out of it to be second last, and already old Bianco is about 10 or 15 lengths behind the field. Coming up to jump the Fallen Log, and Mutual Boy is the pacemaker. there. Out by 1 length to in second place Super Track. Third Duke of Cumberland. Stop and Think is already there on the box seat. Then came Painted Rough. Out wide Sing for Supper. There followed further back by Moravian. Further back in the field came Johnny Boy. Next in the race then as they jumped to one on top of the hill is Cathcart. About 8 or 10 lengths to Headford Town. Battle So Big. And Bianco has dropped out 20 behind the field. Down the hill they come the first time, and Mutual Boy is certainly setting a sizzling speed. Out by about 5 lengths to Super Track. In third place, Stop and Think, the favourites moved up on the rail. 4 or 5 lengths further back, Duke of Cumberland as they let fly at that one. They're followed further back in the field by Sing for Supper, Painted Rough. Next in the field is Johnny Boy. Then came Moravian, a gap to Cathcart. Headford Town has given away a big start. A long way back, the Battle So Big. And Bianco's half a furlong behind the field. Into the straight the first time. And the leader is Mutual Boy. Leads out by 4 or 5 lengths over Stop and Think, who's doing it right in second place. Third is Super Track as they start to pack up. Next over on the inside there, in behind them, Sing for Supper from Duke of Cumberland. Further back in the field then Painted Rough. Out wider on the track, Johnny Boy. Further back was Moravian. A couple further back in the field, Cathcart about 5 away, Headford Town. Another 5 or 6 to Battle So Big. And only 10 away now to Bianco, who's being shaken up. They race out of the straight and heading now for the Bermuda treble. And the leader is on the inside, Mutual Boy. He's hugging the fence about 3 in front of Stop and Think. He's settled down beautifully, the favourite. In third place, Super Track. Oh, Painted Rough nearly went and one did. There's one down. I reckon it's Sing for Supper. I think Sing for Supper has gone down at that one as they go towards the next jump. It's Mutual Boy in front. In second place, moving up on the inside, Stop and Think. No, Sing for Supper's there. Sing for Supper is there. It's Johnny Boy that's gone. Johnny Boy is the one that crashed. Going around the outside is Super Track. 5 lengths further back, Painted Rough. They're followed by Cathcart, Moravian. Further back, Duke of Cumberland, Headford Town. 10 lengths away, Battle So Big. And Bianco is starting his run on the outside. Over the fallen log now. And the leader is Mutual Boy, still out by 4 lengths to Stop and Think. Sing for Supper is third. About 4 lengths away, Super Track, then Painted Rough. Further back in the field then as they jump the one on top of the hill is Cathcart. They're followed further back by Moravian. Headford Town is starting to warm up. He's starting to gain ground on the leaders. And further back in the field then came Cathcart with Painted Rough. And further back in the field then came Duke of Cumberland, Battle So Big, and Bianco. Down the hill, and they're spread out over tons of territory. Where Mutual Boy comes to the second one down the hill, leads out by 3 or 4 lengths. Stop and Think, doing it beautifully second. Next is Sing for Supper third. 10 lengths further back, Painted Rough, and they're followed further astern by Cathcart. A couple of lengths further back, then Headford Town, Moravian. Further back was Battle So Big, Duke of Cumberland, and Bianco. Into the straight now. They jump the one in the home straight, and the leader, Mutual Boy, tackled by Stop and Think. Sing for Supper has moved up on the outside. 5 lengths further back, Painted Rough, and they're followed further back by Cathcart. Headford Town has gained ground, but giving the leader 10 lengths start. They're followed by Moravian. 15 or 20 lengths away, Battle So Big. They're followed by Bianco and Duke of Cumberland. Up the hill they go for the last time now, out of the straight. And the leader is Sing for Supper. Shows out by 2 lengths to Stop and Think, who saved every possible inch of ground. In third place, Mutual Boy. They're followed 10 away by Painted Rough and Headford Town. And further back then in the field is Cathcart over the first one now. And the leader is Sing for Supper by 1 length to Stop and Think. 5 lengths to Mutual Boy, getting tired. They're followed by Painted Rough, Headford Town, and Cathcart over the second one. And the leader's going strongly, Sing for Supper by 1.5 lengths. Stop and Think is hugging the inside rail. Only 5 lengths now to Painted Rough coming into it, and so too is Headford Town. Now they put in a bad one at that Headford Town. Further back in the field then came Cathcart. 10 lengths away, Battle So Big, Mutual Boy, and Moravian. They're stopping to walk up in front. And the leader, Sing for Supper, about to be tackled by Painted Rough and Headford Town. He's moved up strongly. Further back in the field then Cathcart. Stop and Think is giving ground, and Battle So Big has made up many, many lengths. It's Painted Rough, the spectacularly coloured horse, going to the front along the back by 2 lengths to Headford Town. In third place, Sing for Supper. They're followed by Cathcart running on strongly, a gap to Battle So Big, who's come from nowhere. At the one on top of the hill, and Painted Rough about to be tackled by Headford Town. Headford Town, the top weight, went straight past him. He streaked to the front, Headford Town. From in second place, Painted Rough. A long way back, Sing for Supper. Then Battle So Big, and Cathcart lost his rider. Down to the second last, Headford Town is out the best part of 10 lengths now. Second is Painted Rough, a gap into Sing for... Oh, Painted Rough has gone! A spectacular fall. Painted Rough turned himself inside out. and he hasn't got up. The horse is laying on the track. They turn for home. It's Headford Town by about 10 or 15 lengths as they come down to the last jump. Headford Town is well clear. In second place, battling away is Battle So Big, and they're followed by Sing for Supper and then Moravian. But this New Zealand fencer has bolted in. Headford Town, one of the easiest winners in the last 10 years. He's going to win by 100 metres. It's Headford Town a mile too good. 30 lengths to the good of Battle So Big. Another 25 lengths away, Sing for Supper. He's going to walk past the post. He's got right down to a stop, and they're followed by Moravian, and that is it. Mutual Boy is gone. Pulled up Mutual Boy. Super Track has disappeared. Bianco has pulled out of the race. Duke of Cumberland has failed to finish. But the horse I'm worried about is Painted Rough. I'm afraid he's killed himself at the second last.
Now the placings in the Dandyham Great Eastern Steeplechase. Number 1, Headford Town, ridden by S. Jenkins, is first. Second placing to 11, Battle So Big, ridden by K. Wynn. And third is 3, Sing for Supper, ridden by L. Ace. 1, 11 and 3, the numbers after the running of the Great Eastern. There's the winner of the Great Eastern, Headford Town, about to clear the second last fence. And watch the second horse, Painted Rough, who comes to grief at this fence. Headford Town over it, hits it hard with both feet. Painted Rough in a very spectacular fall. The boy just caught there for the moment, but the rider of Painted Rough got up quite okay, Gary Reid, and we'll hope that the horse is okay. So it's Headford Town the winner, second placing to Battle So Big, and third Sing for Supper in the Great Eastern for 1984.
Happy trainer of Headford Town, 28-year-old New Zealand trainer Kevin Myers. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
You don't feel the rain at all?
Oh, it's not too bad.
Not too bad. Well, Kev, you had bad luck early in the carnival. Your horse is not winning the Bondusa, not winning the Harity Young, but you took out the big one today.
Yes, we're a bit lucky to get this one, so good to be here, and I'm happy, and Stephen rode him well. And
he was going to win a long way from home.
He's a good stayer, and he takes a bit of eating when it comes to a bit of journey.
How confident were you before the race?
Well, he's only had the 2 runs, and to go into a race with 2 runs, 1 flat race and 1 steeplechase, well, you know, you're not that confident, but I had a look through and I see a lot of them couldn't stay, so...
He's the best stayer in the race.
Yes.
What's the future hold for the horse?
I think we'll go back for the Great Northern Steeplechase in New Zealand.
When's that run?
Queen's birthday weekend.
That's in June, right?
And then if he's probably running the McGregor Grant, and then he'll probably finish. Or otherwise I might bring him back here next year if he's...
Is 100%. That your biggest win as a trainer?
Yes, I've had a few, run second a fair few times in the Auckland Cup and different races like that.
Well, it's nice to have you at Oakbank, and let's hope you come back next year with just as good as many jumpers. Although your luck didn't hold early, you took out the big one.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much indeed,
Good.
Kev.
Thank you.
And here he is, the winner, Headford Town, ridden by Stephen Jenkins, coming back to scale in the black and cream diagonal stripes, gold sleeves, and a black and cream quartered cap. A great staying performance to win the Dandyham